But first of all, as I kindly always forget to say, I am your girl Carrie, and I am the producer and host of Carrie. So it is good to see everybody this fine Tuesday, and again, like I said, it's episode 6. We have special guests with us from Tales of Misunderstood and Society because I decided to put together this nice fundraiser for my best friends who have joined me tonight, and we're going to give you a little bit of background to how they started. So please, first of all, we will introduce both of you. You can both kind of give a little bit of information of who you are, and then I will ask you how you guys came to be. So Alex, we'll start with you. Give a little bit of information about yourself and where you're from, please and thank you.
Well, I think Kelly should start because Kelly is the original founder. So both have been in rescue for years. Kelly just decided she wanted to venture out and do her own. Rescue is a lot like high school girls' locker room, I would like to say. To say it nicely, I should say. But Kelly decided to start Tales of the Misunderstood, so I said, sure, let's do this. Even though I was like, I don't want to do this, because I know the amount of work and effort and drama that can be in rescue. So, yeah, that's where it started, I guess. And she ran with an idea. I said yes, being her twin sister. Of course, we bash heads quite a bit on stuff, but yeah, we decided to do this, and welcome to Tales of the Misunderstood.
Well, Kelly, how did you come up with the idea?
I think Dennis, her dog, is like chatty right now.
Sorry, Dennis always needs to put his 2 cents in.
Hello, doggo.
I'm so used to dogs rest my life in the show. I started Tales because there was a need for a different type of rescue. A rescue that actually didn't take money from the organization and that truly wanted to change an animal's life. So when I started Tales in May 2015, I left a huge rescue because they wanted to really just not do everything how they should have. They were taking money from their rescue and paying their mortgages and truck payments, and I wasn't okay with that. And we had a falling out, and we both left kind of on good terms, but we needed a change, and that's how Tales developed. And it's just been a roller coaster of emotions and a roller coaster of just really trying to figure out what's best for these furry companions of ours.
So when I first met you guys, I don't know, about 6-7 years ago, you guys had your location it was the store/rescue, and it was located over in Forest Lawn area, off of 736. How long were you guys there prior to meeting me?
I think we started the store, Kelly, in 2013?
2014. Yeah, 2014. So we had the store a year before we opened Tales, and I actually then decided my paycheck would go directly to the dog because I was financially taken care of by my great partner, and he just knew my passion was rescuing animals and truly in it for the animal. So we had the store for a year before the rescue started, and then we ran the rescue out of our store. We moved into a bigger location for the last 3 years just because we needed more space because I have a really hard time saying no to any dog that needs help.
It's very true.
It's very true. So Alex, let's go back. 8. What's that, Kelly?
I said that's why I own 8 dogs and 3 cats.
She can't say no. Exactly.
Nope, you
Okay,
definitely
let's
can.
go to Alex. What kind of services did you guys run through the store?
So it was a regular pet store, so selling products like food, treats, toys, etc. We do have a secondary company that I run, which is Beyond 4 Paws, which does dog training, walking, boarding, and more. So separate entity, but still in the dog industry, I should say. I started that in 2014. I guess just after we opened the pet store, and then really took off with it in 2015. Just a couple of us were wanting to do something different and all that, so that's what we did there. But yeah, the pet store, we had grooming there as well. I do puppy classes for my business, Beyond 4 Paws, which we also do incorporate tails into. So 100% of the proceeds from my puppy classes for Beyond 4 Paws actually gets donated back into the rescue. I also do all the behavioral training for the rescue. Currently, in my house right now, I have 2 major cases of neglect that are working on rehabilitation with other dogs, with people, with everything. One that is completely done 180 and is so good, little Starlet. She was actually found with her mouth and legs bound with tape in northern Manitoba. So we're making a difference. We're seeing the difference made with these dogs. I don't think I would ever change that, but it's hard some days. Carrie's heard me cry quite a few days. Kelly too.
Yeah, I have.
Rescue's not easy. Your mental health has to be on point in order to do it. One of my lifelong friends in rescue right now is going through major depression and major anxiety and everything. And I love him like a brother. And you see the rescue community step up and messaging him being like, what can we do to help? How can we help? So working on that still. And I don't know, rescue is rescue, your family. That's about it.
Yeah. Okay, Kelly, let's go back to you. If you want to tell everybody a little bit about some of the missions that you guys have done, let's just say over the past year, to kind of give everybody a little bit of information of what your missions are like and how you kind of perform them.
Ooh, good one. Good question, Carrie.
Thank you.
Well, they're not all sprinkles and sunshine. They're actually very hard. I usually lead our rescue mission because I've been in rescue for the longest and developed relationships in these First Nation communities and with their chiefs, with their councils, just with the community itself. So a lot of times it always starts off with a phone call, either from the chief or council or an RCMP officer on the reservation that says, we need help. We are overrun by dogs. We have dog fights. Our kids are getting bitten. Yeah, it's really sad. And when that call comes in, I know I have only a certain amount of time to react because they have dog calls, and that's where they are legally allowed to shoot dogs in the communities. And a lot of people look at this and go, oh, these are Neanderthals and these people are terrible, and they're not. They're protecting their children and their homes, and they're protecting their communities. And that's where we go in, and we are so humbled to help them and educate
And build that relationship.
Yeah. And build that relationship and educate people back in Calgary and in these big cities that don't know what it's like in the community. So we always, I guess, start off by driving there. We don't have a van, which we're going to be fundraising for starting in a month time. Well, in July, we're fundraising for a van for a year. So we don't have to rent one. I'm not going to tell you the rental agency we use because we're not allowed to use them for dogs. But I built, again, special relationships with these companies, and they know what I'm doing. We just keep it hush hush. And yeah, I go out to the communities 1 to 2 days, unless I'm doing a spay neuter clinic. Then we're looking at 5 days. And any dogs that are unowned, we take graciously. We take them all. We don't judge if it's a senior or a male or a female. We do find in springtime a lot of puppies, and in fall a lot of puppies. In between, we find those rough and tough adolescents that need more work. But it's so rewarding. And I've crawled under houses. I've been in dumps where the garbage is up to my chest looking for dogs because I hear a dog crying for help. So I really enjoy it. It is hard, but again, it's helping the communities that make all the best, like, for us. Like, we love the communities we work with. And the chief and the council and the community members just welcome us with open arms. My favorite, I shouldn't tell my favorite community because I bet you a couple of them are watching right now. But my favorite community is in Manitoba, which is St. Teresa's Point. And we did yeah, because Buttons came from there. Alex's dog Buttons came from there.
Buttons, you almost
but St. Teresa's Point is just my favorite.
Sorry, Kara. Maybe Carrie should explain that story.
Oh, yes. Well,
yeah, let's hear it.
Through the rescue, well, this is supposed to be about you guys, but I'll just throw in this little tiny bit. But through the rescue, they also have a foster program. So I decided that I would be kind enough to be able to take one of the dogs for, I can't remember, was it like a week or something?
Kitschy?
Was it? Yeah, Kitschy. I always get Buttons and Kitschy always mixed up, but yeah, so Kitschy and Buttons, they're both 3-legged dogs. They've both had, I think it was the same situation where they had an arrow or something through one of their paws.
Kitschy was one of our arrow dogs. He was shot with his brother with 2 bow and arrows. He lost his leg. And then Buttons is my little bugger who was shot in St. Teresa Point. He was owned by a lady there who is amazing, and she decided to give him over to the rescue because she wanted the best for him and knew that with him having an amputation, he may not do well. So he came to live with me. I of course fell in love with him in like 2 seconds. Yeah. And then Carrie's like, oh, lend me your dog, because Carrie used to live right next door to me. Yeah. So I gave her Buttons because I was like, he's the easiest to deal with. And then what happened, Carrie?
And then in the middle of the night, I smelled some smoke from the kitchen. He had jumped up to grab something off the stove, and he turned the oven on, like my stove. Pork chop. And I caught it just in time.
Yeah.
So that's when I kind of wished that I had asked you for a crate to be able to use overnight.
Yeah, he went to steal the pork chops off the
stove
that were defrosting.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, you, from that experience, you can kind of tell, like, yeah, they need that extra love and they need that extra attention. And yeah, they also kind of need to make sure that they have, with the being created, like having them created overnight and stuff. I think that's a good thing, so they kind of know their safety zone too, as well. Because I think some people don't realize they bring them into their homes and then they just let them go anywhere. And you have to be careful and you have to watch them and care and love for them. So that was a learning curve for me.
It was a good learning curve.
Yes, it was.
But and this is the thing is, with our rescue, all our dogs are in foster care. So we try to pair you with the right dog for your lifestyle in your home. Sometimes a dog is not able to go into foster yet, so either I take the dog that needs a little bit more rehabilitation or additional work, and I work with them, and then or somebody else that can work with them. We want our dogs to succeed, so working with somebody that has a dog behavioral knowledge, that can see what's going to happen before it happens, that's where we want these dogs placed. So currently, right now, we have a dog named Ember in our program who's a Black Shepherd Cross. Excuse me. She is amazing. She's such an amazing dog. She's so smart. Traditional shepherd, very smart, very oriented, wanting to please. She wasn't that great with dogs, unfortunately, when she first came in, because she probably was beaten up by several of the other dogs on the reservation. And so what happened is that we have been working with her, aka I've been working with her, and she's been doing awesome. So she's ready to go to a foster home. But with her, for example, I want her to go to a foster home that has dog behavioral knowledge, because she is a powerful breed. She is a breed that's a protection breed. So I want her to succeed. So I have a lot of interest in her because she's gorgeous, and she is. She's absolutely stunningly beautiful. But she needs somebody that is a proper head.
Yeah.
So definitely we're looking for anybody out there that knows the breed and wants to help. So
yeah,
absolutely. Well, there's a few questions that I want to ask you guys. So Kelly, what is probably one of the hardest missions that you guys have had to do?
Oh wow. There's.
that's a good question.
You know, I don't want to say they're like the hardest, because each one is hard. When I go into a community, I'm getting choked up. When I go in the community in the springtime and I find carcasses of dogs lying around because they died from starvation from the cold, that's hard. And when we know we're going in a community that has a dog call or just had a dog call, one of my newest volunteers, I brought her out with me, and there was a pile of dogs dead with their tails cut off. And we meaning Alex and I and what my board members we become jaded. We really, really do. We protect our hearts and we protect our souls, because this is unnatural to see.
Yeah, we become more numb to it.
Yeah,
definitely. And it's definitely a mental health protection on yourself, especially because you see the worst of the worst. You see dogs with half their body parts missing, and you're just like, what just happened? Like, what did I just walk into? And you see dogs just discarded as trash on the roadway. And there's Dennis. Dennis agrees with us. He's dramatic. But yeah, it's really hard. Sorry, Kelly, to take over, but
no, perfect.
I know that I've dealt with so many rescues that are the front lines, that we deal with this hard stuff, like We had a dog come in once with thousands of ticks, and ticks are my favorite thing, I should say. But it's like a normal person on the street. Yeah. So a normal person on the street would be like, what the damn is this? And then there's me being like, this is so cool. I can't wait to touch you. Like, I can't wait. But yeah, and we have like pregnant moms that are like severely injured. There's the one little rescue of mine right now. Let me correct her. 2 seconds. Shush.
Yeah.
So, see, training works. Watch her make a liar out of me and start barking again, but.
Then they hear me too, and I've been over there telling me.
Well, I thought I muted myself, but I actually muted you, and I was like, okay, I give up now. I'm gonna just like, whatever. Here we go again.
That's okay. So Alex, while I've got you, because Kelly's currently holding doggos, do you want to explain to some of us, because like I said, we're going to be doing this fundraiser, which we will talk about that in a few minutes, because we've already shared the fundraiser to people that are through our Facebook groups, through my radio page, through that way. We haven't shared anything through Jess TV or Jess FM just yet, so we will be doing that here shortly. But
absolutely,
if you guys want to maybe take some turns, but explain a bit of these costs that you guys have that you put into the rescue. Like you say, there's missions, there's people don't know about the medicine or the parvo issues that you guys have. So if you guys want to explain a bit about that and what you guys do for that and how people can help with that, that would be just amazing.
Absolutely. So as a nonprofit dog rescue, we have no profit coming into us as directors or anybody in the organization. All the money that we make in the organization goes back into the dogs. So when we do adoption fees for a dog, that literally just covers their 3 vaccines, their microchip, their rabies vaccine, their spay or neuter, and then we have a company that we work with that is awesome that gives 6 weeks of pet insurance for free for us, for our dogs. So all the money gets rotated back into the rescue. We're really fortunate because we have a company named Nutram, which is a Canadian dog food company, which is exceptional food that donates several bags a month to us to feed our dogs so that there isn't stomach upset or digestion issues per month. So we're fortunate in that way, but we have a lot of medical expenses. So that being parvo dogs. So one of my lovely favorites to deal with.
Can you explain parvo? Because
absolutely.
Even for myself, when I first heard about it, I was like, I have no idea what you guys are even talking about.
Yeah, so if you absolutely
go into that a little bit too.
So parvo is a highly contagious gastrointestinal parasite disease in dogs. So it pretty much eats at their stomach lining. They become very lethargic. They have really bad diarrhea, and I'm having a brain fart. I'm sorry.
They vomit.
But, they have severe vomiting and gastrointestinal issues and stuff. It is the #1 puppy killer in dogs. So it is highly contagious, that one small little molecule, incy-mincy, that you can't even see, the atom. If you think of, in scientific terms, an atom, which is so small, that one little parasite of that molecule can cause a major outbreak in dogs. So it is something that is highly contagious and should be taken very seriously. And a lot of people don't take it as seriously as they should. For myself, I've dealt with over 700 cases of parvo. I'm quite experienced now. At first I wasn't, and I asked a lot of questions and I dealt with a lot of things. The success rate in the last year of dealing with parvo dogs has been upwards of 95%, too close to 100%, because when you deal with it so much, you figure out the virus. It's sort of like doctors figuring out how different strains of diseases move through the body and how to cure those. So with parvo, we had a couple years of really bad parvo cases, and unfortunately lost a few pups. It was really hard. There was a litter I had that came in with parvo, and if you catch it within the first 24 hours, I want to say 95-97% success rate in the litter. If you catch it on day 2, you're starting to go down, probably I'd say around 60%, and then it keeps going lower. So with our parvo dogs, we had a litter come in with already having parvo. That was my biggest emotional breakdown in rescue. I think it was 5 puppies with IV lines in my parvo quarantine room at my place, which is like an episode of Dexter. I'm very particular on who comes into my house when I'm dealing with a parvo dog and what they do and how they act in here. Super protective. I also own a dog with a autoimmune disorder, so if he is to get parvo, that's a death sentence for him. So I'm very particular on it. And these puppies with IV and medication and everything, we got them back. We lost a couple, and then so they healed up. They were amazing. And then next month we got hit with 2 litters of parvo puppies. And I couldn't personally deal with that many dogs at once. So we brought into our emergency vet clinic, and I think we did close to $30,000 on parvo treatment, which we do. We get quite a bit of treatment and help and discount from our vets, but it's quite a bit. We have a lot of debt still that we're still paying off, which our vets are amazing to allow us to make payments, but that's the thing, is we still owe so much with parvo puppies. But Kelly, do you want to talk about something? I feel like I'm talking about everything.
Yeah, Kelly, you can. Okay, well,
no, you're right on it. I'm just gonna sit back.
So, Kelly, we'll talk to you a bit now, but so Alex just kind of went over like the parvo cases, but obviously there's other medical cases that you guys have had to deal with that cost money, and it's out of sometimes your own pockets. So what are some of those cases that you guys have had?
Yeah. So initially all the vetting comes out of my pocket. So we are still considered a small rescue. So when we go into these communities, pull 20 dogs, the adoption fee just covers what Alex said is the basic vaccines and spay and neuter. So that initial vet visit with the neck scar that covers ticks and fleas, lice shampoo for puppies, because dog lice is, I swear, worse than human lice. Yeah. All of this just honestly takes such a financial toll that I was able to remortgage my house and help these dogs out. So not everyone has that ability, which is sad also, but also it's quite stupid to remortgage your house for a dog, but I will do it 10 times over if that means I can save these lives. So we've had dogs that have been shot with arrows, shot with guns. We had Cookie that was shot in the head, and we didn't understand what was going on with her eyes. We had no idea, and it costed me $3,000 for a CT scan for her to find out there was a bullet lodged in the back of her ocular, whatever it's called, nerve.
Ocular nerve.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
So it's just, it's super hard when these dogs come in and you have no background on them. And you kind of have to guess. And I say they talk to me. They let me know what needs to be addressed first. And I think Alex and I are so intuitive with the dogs that we can kind of just snap our fingers and go, okay, that puppy has a urinary tract infection. That puppy does not have mange like the initial thought was. It actually has lice and ticks to the extreme. So, yeah, it's hard saying like worst case scenario because realistically, all these cases are worst case scenario. These poor little souls shouldn't ever have any of these things.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're in tune with it also because we've been doing it for so many years that I have other rescues throughout Canada calling me on medical cases and being like, hey, Alex, I know you've dealt with this. How do we handle it? And we want them to succeed. It's all about the dogs. And that's why with rescue, I was like, why is this becoming a high school girls' locker room when we're all doing the same thing to help each other out? And I think that's the biggest thing is, sure, there's rescues out there that aren't running properly. Great. Let's, as rescue families, stand up and help each other out. And be like, okay, I understand you're going through this. Let me do this with you. Let's work this together. So I think on top of being not only in tune with our dogs, we do have a lot of experience and a lot of experience combined that Kelly will still be like, hey, Alex, have you seen this? And I'll be like, yeah, I have. And then I'll do the same to her. And we've done everything together practically, minus a couple years of me taking a break from rescue because I don't like drama. So it's one of those things that it's like you want to succeed with not only your team and your directors, and our directors are amazing, that help us out and take time away from their life and home and everything, their dogs, to, put the effort into the dogs in our program, but also do that because without them, we couldn't be doing what we're doing, right?
Yeah. Okay. Those of you that are tuning in now, welcome to Jess TV, Jess FM. I'm Carrie, your host and your producer of Connected with Carrie. With me tonight, I have Alexandra and Kelly Serrato, twin sisters from Tales of the Misunderstood Canine Rescue Society. So again, welcome, ladies. We're just getting into talking about their rescue and some of the missions that they've done and some of their medical expenses and things that they've had to pay for, and some good experiences and not so good experiences through the rescue. So let's go into a little bit, Kelly. I'll go back to you again. What is because you guys have to travel with the rescue, what is the furthest place you guys have had to go for a mission?
I'm like Thunder Bay.
I would say Unavik, Northwest Territories.
And you had to drive there.
Yeah. I did one. Now our gracious RCMP officer flies dogs down because that was the worst drive of my life.
Yeah, those drives are killers. There's times that I drive straight to Winnipeg, load up, and straight back to Calgary, and it's exhausting. Like, me and Kelly fight a lot when we do these rescue missions and we're tired because we both know how each other are, and I think we like to pick on each other when we do these rescue missions, and we can be relentless with each other, I guess, but there's times that we've gone together, and there's been a deer that was out on the side of the road. This is a funny story. I'll tell it to you.
Okay. No,
so
don't.
Kelly decides to start out driving, and I told her, like, you don't like driving at night, like, let me drive. No. So she starts driving. We're on our way, I think, to Winnipeg, and because we had our rescue partner fly dogs down from St. Teresa's Point, so we were going to meet up in Winnipeg and then head back. And so Kelly sees this deer. She starts freaking out because this deer is standing. It's not doing anything. It's just standing there on the side of the road. And she's like, what is this witchcraft? And she's like freaking out. And she's like, why can't they be out during the daytime? Blah, blah, blah. Like, why are they not asleep right now? And I was like, Cal, they're prey-driven animals. Like, of course they're going to be up at night to watch that something doesn't eat them. Like, what are you thinking? And she was hysterics about it. And then I was laughing so hard. I have a whole Snapchat reel of it. But, yeah, once we got to Winnipeg, she was like, okay, you're driving the rest of the time. And I was like, okay, I got this. Because I love driving, so... It sounds funnier in my head than what it came out of my mouth, but still.
No, it's because we lived through it, because it was so funny. Like, yeah. We'll have to post it on our Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Sure. I'm pretty sure I swore a few times in that video, so maybe not.
Okay, well, we'll save that for another time, but... So now let's kind of get into a little bit about fundraisers, because that's really what I kind of wanted to do, was get into this and talk about it. But let's talk about some fundraisers you guys have had in the past and how successful they are to your rescue. So whoever wants to start, go ahead.
So I guess we do a lot of fundraisers through events. I'd like to say, like, pet industry events. So, like, Petapalooza, which is amazing and hosted in Calgary, Victoria, Vancouver, Scottsdale, Arizona. And I think they're going to be opening one in California soon as well. So Canadians running the show. Love it. So shout out to my Petapalooza peeps, Lonnie and Jordan. What? Then we do, like, Pet Expo, Lilac Festival. We've done the Sun Fest. So a lot of festival stuff that we sell products, treats, toys, chews, pockets, a whole bunch of other stuff for the rescue, making that. I started doing henna at the events, secret talent right there. And actually done really well with our henna. So
yeah,
we do it so that we can still continue to help all these emergency cases that come in. So dogs that are severely injured that nobody else are going to take. Kelly's really bad for saying yes to everything. Yes is her favorite word, I swear. Well, I'm like, okay, what's wrong with the dog? Like, can we discuss this a little more, right? But yeah, so fundraisers like that. We had a whole lineup this year of what we wanted to do. We were going to do a major concert in July here with actually you, Carrie, and COVID hit. So COVID has really put a damper on us and our donations. We had regular donators that are now laid off and not making close to what their income is, and unfortunately not getting those donations anymore. And it can be as easy as a vaccine for a dog or a microchip. So it's been hard in that aspect with our events and stuff. So yeah, Kelly, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, so we used to did my whole team gifting money every month to kind of offset our website, our phone expenses, our insurance, our system. And now we have one person that from April 1st that is still donating. And it has taken we've had a huge financial hit. We just did a rescue mission 3 weeks ago, and that $600 bill Alex had to front herself. In beginning of May, we had another rescue mission, and that $700 bill I had to front myself. So it's really hard, especially asking. I have a very hard time asking people for money.
Yeah.
Alex doesn't, so that's why I allow her to do all the fundraising.
Donate! I'm always like, I should have pom-poms that say donate here and have yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I have a really hard time, like she said, saying no to a dog. And like that movie, Yes, what is it? Yes, Sir, or Yes, Dad, or whatever it is. 100%, I'm the yes, ma'am. Like, Kelly, this dog needs help. Yes, I will take it. And with our rescue, I know at least we take equal parts adults to puppies. There's some rescues in this city that leave the moms on the reserve and take their puppies. And it like breaks my heart because now that cycle is just repeated. It's not being fixed. And so I just fixed 2 boys, so they cannot have any hanky-panky with the girls on the reserve. And I'm sending them back to their owner this upcoming week. And I have 3 females with the same thing. I've taken them from the community. I will spay them and return them to their owners because they want them back. They love their dogs. They just can't pay the $1,000 in small town living for a spay or a neuter.
Yeah.
So we definitely need donations for that because that becomes out of Alex's and my pocket. You know, we don't ask our team members for anything. And COVID definitely put a damper in our fundraising goals this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. And I'd like to add that I don't mind putting money in. I don't think me or Kelly mind putting our personal money in to the rescue. But when it takes a toll on my dogs, for example, or that's where it's like, okay, we need to come up with new ideas to fundraise, and that because there's times that I'll buy treats for my dogs and they don't get them. It goes to the rescue dogs, right? So I guess with fundraising is we're continuing wanting to fundraise for the rescue and for these dogs. We're planning on doing a major spay and neuter clinic in northern Saskatchewan this coming month here, and we're going to be volunteering our time. Veterinarians are going to volunteer their time, but there's costs associated to that, and that's medication, that's oxygen tanks, that's surgical supplies. We're not going to just open up one dog and go to the next dog with the same supplies. Like, we don't want to cross-contaminate. We want to do this right, and that's one of the things is fundraising for these spay and neuter clinics because we're seeing the difference they're making. We've already seen the difference they're making in northern Manitoba. So let's tackle our Canadian dog problem because it's a major problem. And sure, I would love to walk out my front door one day and be like, there are no more dogs to rescue. This is the best day of my life. Like, I would love to do that in my generation. Yeah. Is it going to happen realistically? No. But my children or their children, hopefully in those generations, that you see the impact that all of us frontliners have put on is really made a difference. And it's one of those things that we just want to make a difference. We want to see no dog calls. We want our partnerships with reservations and rural areas in Canada to be so fierce and so well versed that we're such a huge family and network that it's like, I got you. You call me, you need help, I'm there. That's what we want it to be.
Yeah. What other goals before, because I was going to go right into like what we're going to be doing here soon for the fundraiser, but what are your goals? Because I know you guys personally, and I know that with the store, you guys had to close your store just in fall time because your landlord raised the rent $2,000 that you guys couldn't pay it anymore. So now you guys have to kind of like, you have a sea can that you have all your stuff in, and
that sea can, man.
you know, so but what are the goals moving forward that you guys have within the next year or so pertaining to the store and pertaining to the rescue? What are some goals that you guys have, like the end goal here, like I said, for probably the next year or 2 years?
Yeah, I think me and Kelly have a little bit of a different goal schedule. Kelly's like, let's do this right now. Like, she gets so excited to do stuff without even thinking through and planning stuff. And I'm more of the logical one of the duo, I guess. So yeah, we want to open up a proper facility that our dogs that aren't in foster care and that need more behavioral work, etc. We have a space for that. Sometimes we have to say no to dogs because we don't have the physical space in our foster homes for them. And rather than saying no and potentially those dogs losing their life, we want to have the facility that the dogs can still come in and just wait for our fosters to be placed. So having that adjoining concept of, sure, let's reopen up and have a doggy daycare attached, which is what I've been working on anyways with Beyond Four Paws and with Pup Town and such, is have that all under one building. And that way, myself or Kelly, we can be there without having to worry about getting to the other business, and that everything's in one central location rather than being so separated, I guess. So that's a major one that we both, I think, agree on, Kel. I'm looking at her facial expressions, hoping that she's on par with me on this.
I think she can, by all means.
Welcome to this.
What do you think, Kelly?
Am I on the right track? Kelda?
Yeah, I definitely think a center is needed because, like you said, we do have the tough cases. Like, these dogs that are coming in from these communities have never been touched by a human. They're petrified. I just posted on our Instagram today the 3x3x3 rule. And it's so true. And I explained it from the dogs.
Okay. What's the 3x3 rule? What's the 3x3 rule?
That it takes 3 days for a dog just to like.
Ooh, Cal, you're cutting out a bit.
Oh. Okay, we'll give it a
Sorry,
second.
I don't know if that was with everybody.
But
yeah, it takes 3 days for a dog to decompress, 3 weeks for them to learn a new routine, and then 3 months to feel like they're at home. Like,
okay.
that's the 3x3x3, which a lot of people don't understand, surprisingly, with rescue dogs. And that's where we vet our adopters, is because we want you to understand that it's not an easy process to get the dog in your house and it's fine. No, you're going to be building that bond. You're going to be, the dog's been moved so many times that we want them to succeed. So
yeah, and it's really important when, and I wish everyone could see, you know, I really just want to get a GoPro and put it on me. So when I go into the dump and I pick up that adult dog or human, two ways. One way is they want to eat me. Second way is they are so scared of me. Aww. And to pick this dog up, and I just want to kiss it and love it because it's never had. So it's really, when you're scared because it's new, and then you drive however many hours back to a big city with different smells, different textures, everything, and you're scared even more, then you get poked and probed by the, and then the cycle just repeats itself, because then you're moved into a foster, and that's scary. That's a new family. Dogs, like, they're crashing down again, and then it's adoption events, and then it's adoption. So you have to think that month of hell they were just in, they're not going to be happy-go-lucky on day one in your house.
Yeah, no.
No. And I think a lot of people forget that. A lot of people forget that. They think that, oh, I just met this dog and it's great and it loves me and it's so amazing. But you just took it into your home. They've never been in that home. They're going to have, it's like a child. It's like you throw a child in a new environment, they're going to be shy and shut down a little bit. So a lot of children are not like me, that are very outgoing and can go into any situation and be like, hey, what's up, friends? Right? Yeah. It takes some time to adjust.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, Cal, but
no, it's totally, I'm used to it. But
welcome to twin life.
Yeah. Sometimes we just eat each other's sandwiches. But you know, it's proven that it to that DNA of you, and if you're not problem, that you're not actually recovering and helping yourself through that, you're stuck there. The roots are planted, and it's really important to, when we pull those weeds, to address the roots also of the problem. And that is why we are so passionate about what we do, is we don't just pull the weeds and just get kind of flipped like a lot of rescues do. We actually dig deeper and go to those roots, pull them up, heal them, and then get rid of them.
Nice.
Sorry, Kelly, I keep staring in your background because all Kelly's dogs are being naughty in the background. And I'm trying not to laugh during conversation, but Kohanya was just like doing nosedives into the couch. So,
oh my gosh.
It was funny.
So there's your training out the window.
Usually do. You get the one. Yeah.
This is what we call live, folks. This is what
right? I'm like, I'm in my living room and I'm just praying that nobody makes a sound. It's like, I need you guys to be good for an hour, okay? Just an hour.
Yeah, they're doing good. That's okay. We're going to probably wrap up here in a couple minutes anyway. So,
well, not perfect, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I know you guys have to tend to the dogs and let them out and I'll get ready for bed and all that kind of stuff. So I know these important things. So I've been there. I too, I volunteer for this society and I absolutely love it. There's always pictures up on my Facebook and up on Instagram of me like holding a dog and Snapchat stories of walking the dogs and
dogs humping Carrie.
I love it. I do. I love the dogs.
Dog humping Carrie.
Well, that's the thing that I've learned.
Sorry.
Don't hold dogs and rock dogs. Don't hold and rock dogs sometimes. But anyway, it's not about me here. We're talking about you guys. So, but yeah, like even if you want to volunteer for the society, you can go onto their webpage and there's a volunteer section that you can fill out if you do actually just want to volunteer sometime. There's a lot of things you guys can do for them. Kelly, what are some things the volunteers can do for you guys?
Well, just like what's happening next week is we have this awesome event happening. And so we need some people just to even come to the event, wear our t-shirts, explain if anyone has any questions. We won't have dogs there.
Yeah.
Our available dogs. Yeah, you gotta wear our volunteer t-shirts. We'll have all our available dogs photos up and our fundraising goals, and yeah, then there's opportunities to walk dogs, just to feel safe. Like Tootsie was a parvo case of ours, and now she's mine. But we haven't had a parvo case, knock on wood, for a very long time. So hopefully we don't.
Yeah.
But it's just to cuddle puppies and play with puppies in the yard because it's so important for socialization.
Yeah.
And their dogs in minutes. So we can kind of handle, we have volunteers as young as 12, and we have, they're going to kill me for saying this, very old volunteers as old as 76 that volunteer for us.
Wow.
So there's always something for someone to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Always.
That's good. Okay, let's go talk about our fundraiser now because this is what we're up
I'm
to.
so excited. Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
Oh, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is because I've known these two for a really long time, and I used to work at another radio station last year. I'm no longer with them, obviously. But when I did work for the other radio station, Alex and, well, it was more Alex and I, we were talking a bit about doing a fundraising event. And because I started, like I kind of knew a lot of people, a lot of artists, and some connections to be able to do a small event, I figured, let's kind of start putting something together. So we came up with the idea to actually do it. And it was funny because we dreamed up this whole plan. It was actually going to be on Canada Day, and it was going to actually be on the same stage that it's going to be on. And but it was going to be with a few different other artists and stuff like that. But so anyway, needless to say, our lives kind of went on. Lots of different things happened over the year or so. I ended up leaving that radio station. Alex helped me build my new one with Underground Radio C, so thank you for that. She's kind of behind my scenes girl. So, but yeah, so through the year, these guys have struggled so much, and it's been breaking my heart. And I see how much work they put into it.
We cry.
The drive, me having to come and dog sit and watch their house just so they can go and do all these things, which I love doing. I love helping any way I can. I'm never going to complain about it. But I just saw how much work these two have put in. And because I now know more artists and I have more connections, Alex is going to cry.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Emotional one.
A couple months ago, Alex doesn't know this part, but it was actually a couple months ago. I put up on Facebook that I wanted to do a secret event, and this is when it started. So I had people contact me and be like, well, what's this event and how can I help and things like that. So I said, I have my best friend who owns this rescue, and I said, both of them they're amazing people, and I said, I would need to do something. And I said, I want to put together this online concert / auction fundraiser for these guys because, man, I'm going to cry.
I know. I'm like, don't do it, Alex. Hold it together.
Because
I know, and because you're crying now, I'm crying.
Because
we're all going to cry.
There's been this struggle, and you guys pay out of pocket. And I see how much work you put in. You've had to shut down your store. You're running things the best you can. You run to different provinces and you don't sleep. And I just like, in my heart, it gets broken. And I'm just like, I love the dogs. I want to help. And I love you guys both so much. So I secretly put together this fundraiser. And literally, I was at this point last week where I have all the artists and I have a lot of things to auction. We still are taking auction items, by the way. So if you have a small business or any local business that you want to give something to auction, contact me, please. But so I was down to the point where I was putting all my artists into their lineup. And then I saw one of my friends who's also in the music industry post up that he's doing an event on Canada Day as well. Well, mine was online, and I was going to stream everybody, all this kind of stuff. But his was actually at the stage that we wanted to do it on originally.
Mr. Darian King.
So Darian King, he posted up that he was doing this event at Princess Island Park here in Calgary. I contacted him, and I said, is there any possible way I can either use your stage for my event, or by some miracle of a chance to be able to collaborate and do this together. And
he said yes.
This was just Friday that he posted it, and I got to him right away, and he said yes. He says, let's do this together. And so now we have so many artists, like his artists from his event that was going to be my artists all together, people still wanting to give for auction items. And so this thought that we had over a year ago to do this fundraiser is now coming to light. It's going to be on Canada Day. It's up on our Facebook page. It's up on the Tales of Misunderstood page. And we need your support. We need your help. And the ways you guys can give is either for the auction items, or you can go and give to these guys on their page. We'll probably put up a GoFundMe or something. Isn't there like a charity thing we can do?
Yeah, you know what? GoFundMe takes so much.
Yeah, so maybe not
percentage.
that.
So we do have like on our website the donation information under our, I believe it's under our contact page or on its own separate page. To be honest, I'm like emotional right now, so can't. I told these guys not, but just like about a week ago about it, and because I didn't want to give away the surprise. But the thing is that Alex called me crying one morning, and she's like, Kara, I'm at my breaking point. She said, I don't know if I can do this anymore. She wanted to like literally take time off to be able to just work and save up to put money back into the rescue. And then I told her, I said, look, I'm putting you in this group chat on Facebook. And I said, you need to go to the very top and read it. And then that was when she found out. You're going to make me ugly cry on video.
Okay. But because I didn't want her shutting down the rescue, and I didn't want I didn't want that. Like, I love you guys so much, and I love what you're doing, and because, not just because you guys are my best friends, but it's because everyone needs your help. Like, you are one of the biggest things in society that everyone needs. We need a dog rescue. We need fostering. We need somebody to be willing to travel and go pick up dogs that are just stuck underneath a fence. Like, we need people like you to help everyone else in our community, and it's not like everyone needs to see that. So you're doing a very non-selfish thing, and because I have this ability to help out, I want to help you guys. So that was the whole thing, and I'm just glad that I can be able to do that. And we have this being here on Jess TV and Jess FM now. We have a wider variety of people to be able to help us too. And so this is why I wanted you guys on. I wanted you on here to be able to share your story, share your mission, and say, look, this is what we're doing. This isn't just for Calgary. This is for like
this is all of Canada. And that's the thing is, we're not just dealing with Alberta dogs. We're dealing with Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario. We work with people that deal with Quebec and the other maritime provinces, and then we deal with the northern provinces. And I think the reason me and Kelly do this, and I know our mom has heard us bawl our eyes out quite a few times, and have seen us break down and fight like cats and dogs and stuff. And the reason we do this is because we truly want to make a difference. We truly want to save these dogs that didn't have somebody climbing under sheds. My whole body is covered in major scars from rescue dogs. I've had a dog that bit me so bad that I have damage on my hand because of it. And honestly, I wouldn't change it for the world. And the one thing my mom and my aunt Annie would always say is, love is the answer. And love is the answer, you guys. And I know even with everything that's going on, sorry Kelly, sorry Gary, sorry everybody watching. With everything going on in the world right now, even I've been disheartened to continue doing what I'm doing, because I always said with Kelly, our main priority is our human families' safety and well-being from animals. We cannot have a dog that's a risk to society. And then I'm seeing what's happening in the world, and it's breaking my heart. And I'm like, okay, let's focus more on the dogs. Like, it's not that I'm wanting to turn a blind eye and that kind of stuff. No. It's just my heart hurts so bad because there's so much hate right now. So much hate in the world. And I want it to be better. I want to snap my fingers and be like, poof, everything's better. Let's have unicorn and sprinkles and everything. Donuts. Oh my God, donuts. Yes. We all want donuts in this world. Gourmet donuts.
Okay. But yeah. So that's the thing, like, just what you guys are doing is amazing. And what I actually kind of was, I mean, even though it's been hard times, what was kind of cool to see was even during COVID, people were actually fostering dogs more and adopting more. So how has that been so far? Have they been keeping them? What's been going on with that? And we'll just discuss that real super quick, and then we'll wrap up.
Kelly?
Yeah, Kel.
Can chime in on this. Yeah, some of we call them COVID fosters. I've kept their foster dogs. And we knew that was going to happen because I'm biased. Our dogs are amazing. Who wouldn't want them? And it's so great. And we have, I won't name him because he probably wouldn't like that very much. but he is a CEO of a very, very, very big oil and gas company. And his wife was the one that initially put in the application. And he's like, I don't like dogs. I don't like really dogs. Like, they make a mess. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm right now. I'm there in 2 minutes. Please just tell that to the dog. And literally, I brought big, giant
Oh,
This
big. We cut out, Kelly. We cut out.
Okay.
I think it's.
Oh, she's gone. Okay.
about
Okay. So what was it? Big giant what? Now I just want to know. Oh,
So-
reconnecting.
like,
Wait, you cut out
No.
God. So you said this big giant, and then we didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Oh, well, she's connecting on my end. But Alex, if you want to finish that story real quick. Do you remember?
So
this guy literally a dog. Am I cutting out again?
I don't even hear anything on my end.
I can hear like
'Cause
every
I'm on
other
call.
word.
Okay. Can you finish the story for us? I
You
think,
didn't tell me the story, so I don't even know the story.
okay.
I'm assuming it's our big mama with our 2 babies, and
Okay. I'm going to just
I'm
disconnect.
assuming it's them, to be 100% honest. Kelly, is
Yeah.
it Laffy and Taffy's mama?
No.
Yeah, now I can.
I don't get
No,
anything
it's
on
that
my
big
end, so
boy, the
that's okay.
120-pound St. Bernard Malamute mix that I took in from the rescue
Oh, yeah,
out of
he's a big
Vancouver
boy.
that couldn't get help.
Yeah.
Let's just cut her out. Can we
Yeah.
do that, Kier?
I don't know. I just, yeah. Well, we're just having connection problems.
I think we're having connection problems with just Kelly.
Okay, that's fine. If you just want to go ahead and mute her video and her audio, that would be good. And then we'll just continue. That's fine. That's what happens when you go live. It's just how it goes. So okay. So we'll kind of wrap up a little bit, but yeah, so if everyone can come out to our event, that would be amazing and awesome. If you have any questions, contact myself. I'm at Carrie Underground Radio C. And also, you can also connect to me in my Instagram at underground_radio_C. That's where you can find me. Please also go over to the Tales of the Misunderstood. So, Alex, if you want to just explain the social handles there, and that would be great.
Absolutely. So on Instagram, we are Tales of the Misunderstood, TOTM Rescues, or TOTM CRS, Tales being TAILS. So Tales of the Misunderstood, our website. So the easiest thing to do is go on our website. All our handles are under there, minus our new TikTok. Don't get me excited. But it's www.talesofthemisunderstood.com.
Perfect.
And with that, all our information is on there, our Facebook, our Instagram, as well as our Snapchat, I believe, as well. So we'll... Oh, I just had some disturbance on my feedback. But yeah, Tales of the Misunderstood. And then we just got a new TikTok, which I'm going to tell everybody about in 2 seconds. It's TOTM CRS, and you gotta follow it because it's amazing. That's
Okay. I already follow it because, I have to.
You have to. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks, guys, so much for coming in. Again, this rescue fundraiser is going to be held on Canada Day here at Princess Island Park in Calgary. If you have any questions, please contact myself or Tales of the Misunderstood for more information. this week we will, I'm trying to get up the auction items. That's one thing we have to do this over the next couple of days, is start posting up some of the auction items that are going to be available to see online, and then some of them will be available at the park as well, but everything's going to be online for you to see. If you can't make it down to the park, that's okay, because we're going to be streaming it as well.
Yeah.
Because with COVID, we're taking all precautions. All of our artists are going to be wearing masks. They're going to have their own mics. We're going to have the stage barriered up so that no one's close by. We're going to have a lot of loudspeakers so that people don't have to be in the area together. You're going to be able to walk around the park and be able to hear things. Come over, say hi, look at the items if you want. Or like I said, you don't have to be there to auction, like to bid on the auction items. You can see them online. We're going to post that up in a little while. And yeah, but we just want to support this and want you guys to know some of the auction items. I'll just name just a few while we're here. We're going to be having a few DJs play. So they're going to be putting together specialized, personalized playlists for some of people that win their auction item. Some of the artists that are performing will have merchandise, some CDs, t-shirts, hats, things like that. That's going to be for auction. One of our DJs, he's actually doing some paintings. So he's going to have some doggos in a painting, and those are going to be up for auction. We have an item from, or a basket from Pampered Chef with a few items in there. That's up for auction. We have a lawyer willing to give a couple hours in, no wait, not a lawyer, so it's a accountant. For a couple hours. We have ProStar Productions, who I interviewed a couple weeks ago. They're giving a $350 package for either karaoke services or DJ services through them. Now, Alex doesn't know this and Kelly doesn't know this, but we're doing with ProStar Productions, I just want to mention this real quick because it's coming up very fast, but we're doing a grand opening with them on July 11th. And with ProStar Productions, with the grand opening, we're having a few talents there on location. I'm going to be there on location as well. However, we're doing a 50-50 draw with them as well. The 50-50, all of that, 100% proceeds are going to you guys as well. So, just to let you guys know.
Why do you do this to me?
They're wanting to help out.
Can you repeat that?
So the ProStar Productions, the ones that I interviewed about a week ago, I was on location with them. We're doing their Underground Radio C is doing the grand opening. We're going to be live on location. And they are doing a 50-50 draw at their grand opening on July 11th.
Her cry too.
All the proceeds from the 50-50 draw are going to you guys. So the prize, the winner of the 50-50 gets a $1,200 projection screen and movie projector. That's what the prize is. But all those proceeds are going to you guys as well. So because we haven't been able to do fundraising this year, we amped it up a bit. We're doing this big, huge concert auction for you guys, and now the 50-50 draw will also be in July as well. So, I love you guys, and I hope this really helps you out. If anybody has any questions, like I said, contact myself or these guys. Questions answered.
I think they can also contact Darian King too, right? Is it Sweet 16 or Sweet 16?
Sweet 16. You can find them on Facebook and on Instagram.
And sweeting, SUITE, not like I'm eating my sweets.
Right, not SWEET, sweet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because ideally I wanted to surprise you guys by doing this and telling you about the fundraiser. You guys have been busy. I've been busy with all my shows as well. But I thought at least I could surprise you with one thing. And there's also a possibility of another surprise that's going to be happening on the day of the concert. I cannot give away details right now because they're being finalized. Yeah, it's going to be cool and amazing. And I love you guys so very much. And thank you for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having us so much.
My 6th episode of Connected with Carrie. And thank you guys so very much for joining me. I love you both so much. Please, guys, everyone, go throw some like $5 into them, whatever, give them some love. Follow them on Instagram. Check them out, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a great night, you guys. Love you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, good night.
Love you guys too.
Good night.